How's everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping another video. Right, guys, as you can tell from the title, today we're going to do I'm going to do a video on the Ministry of Justice handing out sheets within canteens and stuff, how to safely take drugs within prison. The flyer you're about to see was given to me when I was ordering my canteens and stuff, right? For those that don't know, your canteen are your toiletries and your food, writing pad, pen, stamps, milk, fucking biscuits, crisps, all that sort of stuff, writing pads that you order on your canteen in prison. Because I was working in prison, my family was supporting me and stuff. I had money while I was in prison, so I was obviously spending it. But yeah, when you get your canteen, we used to get 2 canteens a week, and within the canteen you get this. Right. I don't know if y'all can see that. How to safely take drugs within prison, guys, right? Now, obviously, drugs are not supposed to be in prisons and stuff. The Ministry of Justice released figures yesterday that they found 13,000 mobile phones within the last year, 7,000 SIM cards, and 225 pounds of drugs. Now, drugs are a big part of prison life, guys. Drugs are that part of prison life as much. Drugs and mobile phones are a big part of prison life, as are dirty protests, suicides, sadly, fucking prison regime, fucking everything. Just like, it's just prison, and that's what goes on. It's all part of prison life, mobile phones and drugs now. Right, guys, so it says here, new psychoactive substances information sheet for prisoners, right? So these are being handed out across prisons, right? So it says here, the best way to avoid the danger of NPSs. NPSs, guys, the formerly legal highs are now known as new psychoactive substances. Since I think it was like April 2016, the law came in. Don't take them, but if you're going to take NPSs, follow the safety rules, right? Now, this is the safety rules, guys. This is what it tells you in the actual information booklet that's been handed out in prisons. Get information before you use. Ask around, but don't believe everything you hear. Number 2, think smart. Know what effects to expect and anticipate what could go wrong, right? Remember, guys, this is prison, right? There's no drugs supposed to be in prison. But like I say, drugs and mobile phones are part of prison life, as is the regime, 3 meals a day, long periods of bang up, suicide, self-harm, and everything else, guys. Using NPS, new psychoactive substances, can be more dangerous if you have health problems, blood pressure, heart, asthma, etc. If you feel unwell or you are very stressed or unhappy. Right? Number 4, right? Start with a really small amount, less than the recommended dose, sorry. Wait at least an hour before deciding whether or not to take more. Start low and start slow. Right? Number 5, if you snort drugs, chop powders finely first. Don't inject, but if you do, don't share needles with other people. Number 6, don't take much or use too often, right? Number 7, some products sold as NPSs also contain illegal drugs. You could be breaking the law without knowing it, right? Remember, these have been handed out in prison, folks, right? Taking NPS with alcohol or other drugs, including medicines, can be unpleasant and have dangerous effects. Only use one drug at one time. Number 9, don't use alone. Do it with other people you trust. So what they're saying there, guys, right? They're actually encouraging people to take drugs together, right? So it says there, you do not use alone, but do it with other people you trust. Look after each other and choose a safe environment in which to use. Number 10, how to put someone in the recovery position, right? And then what it does there as well, you'll see on the side, it shows you, right, how to save, like, the recovery position and stuff. Now, as prisoners, guys, right, it's telling people that if you're taking drugs together, right, how to put someone in the recovery position. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody on a new psychoactive substance like Spice, but they can't fucking stand, they can barely move, right? They go into a catatonic state. It says here, 10, know how to put someone in the recovery position. If you are in a bad way, call for help and tell the medical staff which drug you have taken, right? Number 11, if you have difficulties with use, seek specialist help. Use the kiosk. The kiosk is like a job centre point on the wing, and that's where you put in for like apps and stuff, right? It says use the kiosk to put in an app to contact the recovery team. They know that about new psychoactive substances and how to help people who have problems using them. You can do so in a confidential way. And then at the bottom it says here, look after those who have overdosed in the same way you will want them to look after you. Right now, they're being handed out in prisons, guys. Like I say, that's the Ministry of Justice admitting that new psychoactive substances, formerly known as legalised, are a big part of prison life and stuff. Now, there's two ways you can look at that leaflet. You can look at it in a way that's like, right, it's prevention, right? The Ministry of Justice are trying to help prevent, right? But like I say, then you've got to look at it that they're also admitting defeat, that the fight against drugs and new psychoactive substances within prisons, they're losing, right? Now, it's all fine and dandy handing out leaflets like that, but then there's a lot more sinister things like this, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. That is a notice that was on the wall at Forest Bank Prison in January this year after the death of prisoner Darren Rawlinson, who died of a drug overdose, and yes, you guessed it, on a drug-free wing. May he rest in peace. God bless him, may he rest in peace and stuff, right? No one should ever die in prison, guys, right? The only people that should die in prison, and even I'm sad about that, is the fact of people that are on whole life tariffs and stuff. But that there shows you, obviously, the Ministry of Justice handing out flyers how to safely take drugs, and then telling prisoners how to put each other in the recovery position and stuff. And if you overdose, everything else, right? If someone's on new psychoactive substances like Spice, I don't know if you've ever seen them. Go on YouTube, guys, have a look. They fall into what they call catatonic states, right? They can't stand up. They can't move. They just tremble and dribble and everything, guys, right? And it's scary for people to see. Because I've been in prison, I've obviously seen people under the effects of Spice and many other illegal drugs and stuff. But sadly, as a result of that, Darren Rawlinson, God bless him, may rest in peace, died in Forest Bank Prison, which is a Cat B prison here in Manchester, in Salford, in, I think it was January, 29th of January this year. On the back of that, there was another lad called Jordan Hyam, who was rushed to hospital from Forest Bank Prison, and he was on a short sentence. He'd never taken drugs before. I don't know if he was spiked, peer pressured or whatever, or took it willingly. He took Spice for the first time. He died several times. He was rushed to hospital. They restarted his heart. He's brain damaged for the rest of his life. My thoughts and prayers are with him and his parents. On the back of that, there was another prisoner that died in custody this year, and the reason the Ministry of Justice don't release things like this, the death in custody, right? The Ministry of Justice didn't release that information, right? They tried to keep a lid on it. I went to the newspapers with that story, right? Because I like to show the death, the despair of what's going on in prisons and stuff. Like I say, I'm for prisoners and stuff, and I want prisoners' rights and everything, and I'm trying to seek ways to challenge the penal system as it is, because it's failing prisoners and prison officers alike. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Let me know if you've been in prison. Have you taken new psychoactive substances? Have you taken them on the streets? Have you taken them in prison? Have you lost somebody to someone that's drug overdosed or anything like that? You'll have to let me know, guys. Comment below, like, comment, subscribe. Please share these videos, guys. We're trying to spread the word and everything. I'm up to 611 subscribers. Thank you for your support and everything. It means a lot. Right, guys, stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. Speak to you soon. Bye.